Welcome back to the final matchup of this particular evening. We are 13 hours in, and everything has been going wonderfully thus far, unless, of course, you happen to be Preddy, in which case things went rather badly.
Yeah, he's pretty much out of the tournament already, losing versus Grubby also.
Yep.
So we are going into the final game of this evening. Team Grubby's Grubby versus DeViL.
Team Grubby's Grubby.
Team's Grubby.
I suggested to him that he should change it to It's Grubby. We're being given sour cream and onion chips by a man in an orange shirt, and that is joyful right there. We endorse OLW chips. There you go.
Nice.
Good stuff, man. It's always nice.
Sour cream and onion, though. Oh, not my favorite, unfortunately.
It's the thought that counts, isn't it? It's the thought that counts. But
that's
yeah.
Awesome.
I actually suggested to Grubby that he should change the name of his team to It's Grubby. I think that would be great.
Grubby.
Yeah, from team it's
team
Grubby.
It's.
It's Grubby from team It's Grubby.
That'd be pretty good if it was just a team called It's.
It's, yeah.
It's Grubby, it's DeViL, it's Apollo. You know, it'd be a pretty cool team.
Yeah, there aren't enough cool
it's like
team
I
names
am.
these
It's like
days.
I am Nesty. I am
yeah,
MVP.
that's really, really good. I like
Grubby.
that a lot. Yeah, It's Grubby, exactly. There you go.
There you go. Somebody can steal my clan name. It's okay.
Yeah, pretty good. These guys obviously want to be done for that. They got going so goddamn fast.
Yeah.
They didn't even have the time to set up the scoreboard. It's like, it's okay. I always know what color Grubby's going to go, as much
like
as I know how
green.
much Stefano's going to go, because he always goes green and he gets mad if he doesn't get it. So, okay, folks, for the final night this evening, it is my pleasure to introduce to you our first contestant in this best of 3 series in the round of 64 of Dreamhack 2011 Winter. In the green trunks, spawning as Protoss in the south of the Antigua shipyard. For Team Grubby, it is in fact Grubby versus his opponent. He is playing Zerg to the north of the Antigua shipyard. He is in the blue trunks, and his name is DeViL.
DeViL. From Czech Republic, making his way over to Sweden for this great tournament here. DeViL, my voice is dying. But DeViL is a player that likes to use a lot of Mutalisks in pretty much every matchup, so it may be something he wants to do on this map, but the thing is, on Antigua Shipyard, it's a little bit more difficult to actually get away with it here.
Yeah, it is. It's an absolute pain to get Mutalisks around the place. There's not really a lot of place for Mutalisks to hide. I mean, it's very, very tight on the surround right here. For instance, the void in the corner. It's too easy to pass over other bases, and these bases are very close together as well, so there's no real natural hop between the two. It's very easy to transition and defend, so we'll see how that one goes. Grubby just seems to be having problems with Mutas lately. He's not the only Protoss.
And DeVil's actually just going to go ahead and hatchery first here.
Against a Protoss player. There we go. That's an interesting gutsy style. And I have to wonder if that's designed specifically against Grubby, who not specifically known for, I would say, for his very early game aggression.
Well, if you go Forge Fast Expand, it's okay on this map, but it's a lot harder to pull it off because you need like double cannons and you need to start create a wall to the back wall. It's a little bit more difficult. Compared to just going one gate expansion, it's a lot easier. So that's probably the reason why we're seeing it now from Grubby. Meanwhile, hatchery first, you know, just kind of keeping up with the metagame, really. If somebody's going to go one gate expo, you can go ahead and get hatchery first rather than being afraid of a cannon rush. So he's in quite a comfortable position so far.
Yes, he is, and Grubby realizes which direction that his opponent is simply by the fact that there's an Overlord wandering around in that general vicinity. He'll be able to go in and check out what's going on. Interesting decision there. Well, yeah, it is. DeVil's actually taking... Oh, never mind. I was going to say he's taking 2 gas already. No, he's stealing Grubby's gas down to the bottom here, trying to force him down a particular route. There's the cancellation as well. He can keep an eye on things and see what's going on.
Yeah, I mean, he can basically cancel out a second time, keep it alive, cancel again, keep it alive, and so on. So he basically just keeps the extractor health really high, and basically it's going to force Grubby into going probably double stalkers into just a one gate expo, so it actually isn't doing that much because Grubby's plan was probably to go 1 zealot stalker into expansion anyway, so
yeah, I think so. So Grubby's not really too bothered about that, honestly. A couple of links coming out right there. Not really bothering with too many. He knows that there's not a lot he can do thus far. Grubby's got a successful wall off there with the Zealot, and eventually that extractor will go down. The drone has a last little peek before... I mean, honestly, if you were going to die, would the final thing you want to see really be a mineral line? That seems like a pretty terrible way to go.
It's a tough life being a worker in this game because that's pretty much your day.
Yep.
Die, mine, die. It's horrible, unfortunately.
Yeah, the regular deaths are what really put me off that job,
Circle
honestly.
of life is so bad for majority of workers. Like, it's just poor working conditions, poor living conditions.
They are the 99%, honestly.
There's no union of probes and drones. It's just
no, that was outlawed by the Confederacy a long time ago as anti-Terran, so that was a pretty terrible thing to have happen. But
it's a shame.
Yeah, some pretty scathing political commentary going on at the end of this evening. That's just how it goes in Sweden right there. Oh, well, Grubby's going to have a little bit of a poke and prod. He's going to find a spine crawler, and Evolution Chamber's going to put down there to make a little bit of an awkward wall off for anything that tries to get in. The Stalker can fire off a couple of rounds. It's not really going to get anywhere, honestly. Too many lings on the field, and as soon as speed completes, he'll be able to chase that Stalker down. Grubby would be wise, actually, to leave now, or he could let the Stalker get surrounded and die. That's also a really good strategy.
It's not too good, really. And Grubby's actually thrown down second, third, and fourth gateway now as well, so he's gone to a total of 4.
Yep.
It's going to make this push quite strong, because usually second and third gateway is just going to be used for defensive purposes, but now he's going to be able to warp in 4 units at a time. He could turn the boat really around and start being aggressive.
Yeah, and that's probably the best idea. Of course, it'll also allow him to be a little bit defensive. Force field placement down right there. He's got enough sentries to stop that. He just really shouldn't be a problem. Obviously, letting the Stalker down was a bit of a mistake earlier. It could be due to tiredness from Grubby's end. And unfortunately, he's going to lose a sentry to that ling run by, which really shouldn't have happened, honestly. But there we go. Never mind. It wasn't a massive loss. He can easily recover from that. And you notice that DeViL is droning pretty heavily in the background as well. He's now up to 38. And he's going to take his lair tech as well as 2 more gases. So we could potentially see the Mutalist transition, even though it's not the best map for it.
Yeah, I mean, he may do it, but he's throwing down a second evolution chamber, so that's going to kind of drive his gas away from Mutalist production.
Very true,
so
isn't it? Yeah.
Probably won't want to do that. Meanwhile, Grubby's adding on a third and fourth gas at the same time right now, so probably going to be seeing the robotics facility come down in a few seconds, as he wants to go ahead, obviously get scanning information from the observer, but start thinking about the mid to late game, because there's not too much that he can do from here on out. I mean, he's got units, he's cross position. We should have had a Zergling in the center of the map to actually scout stuff, so it's a little bit difficult for Grubby to actually do anything. And there are the double upgrades coming down as well. Hallucination surprisingly being upgraded here, rather than opting to go for a robotics facility.
That's
actually just going for a forge instead.
Yeah, it really is interesting. I think, well, why would you do that? If you're going to stay on gateway units for a long period of time, is there anything you plan on adding in there? Are you going to go for Zealot Charge? We can have a look at Zealot Count. Zealot Count is at 7. I mean, they could see a Twilight Council following that one up. Maybe go for a Zealot Archon build of some description, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll find out very, very soon anyway. The Infestation Pit now coming down for DeViL. That's an interesting choice there. It's kind of weird considering he went for the +1 melee attack. I was thinking, what's he going in? Oh, a double Stargate build from Grubby. Snazzy.
I sound like a classic FM DJ right now. I'm like, yeah,
that
double
Mozart
Stargate.
symphony.
And it's like I'm not even adjusting my voice. It's just my voice right now is that low. It's like, double Stargate, Void Ray Phoenix. It's like turned into a molester. +1 air weapons.
Jazz Club. Nice. +1 air weapons, yes. And this is a bit of a nicety trick here by Grubby. Grubby's saying, hey, look at me, I'm a hallucinated Phoenix. There aren't really any air units. Surprise, here's the real air units.
Yeah.
Please stop that. It is thoroughly disturbing.
My voice is so dead right now. It's going to be a rough night to sleep.
I'm going
to wake up and I'm going to be like,
yeah, pretty much. You're going to be communicating entirely by semaphore. We get you a selection of flags to do that.
And then they give us the caster schedule. It's 14 hours. I'm like,
yeah.
I might cast 5 esports events in 5 weeks. It's like,
what's that, Apollo? Your vocal cords are trapped down the well. Oh, dear.
That's right, exactly.
I'm loving this from Grubby, the sneaky little individual that he is. Like, he has 2 hallucinated Phoenix. I'm really not going air. You don't need to build spore crawlers at all. Absolutely not. And then, surprise, Void Rays.
Well, the biggest problem here is that Void Ray Micro is usually clumped up when you control with them. And we're actually seeing Infestors coming out, so it may be kind of difficult for Grubby to actually pull this off. Even though he's getting +1, he's getting Twilight Council, probably can go for Zealot Charge, because right now if he's going double Void Rays, he doesn't really have that much gas. So going Blink Stalkers doesn't make that much sense. He can use a lot of minerals and actually going ahead and... This Changeling just gets picked off.
Splat, yep.
But he's gonna have a lot of minerals, so he can basically throw down a lot of zealots. He can throw down the third base, which isn't gonna work. because he's Zergling does trap that in. But Grubby's kind of lost his element of surprise. The 7 minutes core is actually being researched right now, and he can see that is happening as well.
Oh, look, the Changeling just managed to scout it. How they're very unfortunate. Admittedly, the units are coming in now, and a double Void Rays to back that up, and DeViL hasn't quite responded to that just yet. Infestors will be unpleasant to deal with, and oh, hey, friends, yes, we don't want to have any of that going on. Grubby's going to take a third behind this, and he will have 6 Void Rays very shortly. That is a nasty little combo.
And we're going to Hive. I'm not sure why. You know, there's nothing at the Hive that can really help out.
Not exactly, no.
It's going to be difficult because there's a good amount of Infestors, but there's not enough to deal with the Zealots running at them, the Sentries at the front, and then the Void Rays behind with +1. So I'm a little bit scared for DeViL right now. He should definitely be thinking about not the Hive, you know, probably wanting to go into Spire. Like, it's an excellent decision to fight up what we're going against. And probably Roaches as well, but at the same time, he's literally going to be Ling Infestor against an army composition that's pretty good against that.
Yeah, Grubby is hallucinating more units in, which I do like very much, trying to perhaps force fungal growth, but yeah, that was a nasty fungal at the start right there. He's going to have to clean those up quite fast, and there go the force fields. Let's see what this actual army composition could really do with the +1 there. I'll have enough Zealots. There's suddenly a lot of units coming down right here from DeViL. DeViL is on 7 Queens, which is not exactly what I call a standard amount, considering how many bases he's on, and Grubby suddenly finds surprise, and that force from Grubby actually just got utterly annihilated.
Yeah, there's actually incredible amounts of Queens out there. I didn't even realize there was that many.
He's building another 3 as well. He's going to be on 11 Queens very shortly.
And this third base is under so much danger right now from Grubby because he's just going to get counterattacked. And Grubby actually needs to win this game to stay in the tournament. He's currently 1-1, I think. So he really does need to win this game for sure.
Yes, he does. He's, I believe, won 2 games in a row and then lost 2 games in a row, lost the Sen games, then, of course, won again. And DeVil's run by coming in here, just to have a look, and the photon cannons are coming up, so that shouldn't be too much of a problem. DeVil going to Hive so quickly was really weird, wasn't it? Right? Because he's been dedicating himself to +3, and it was going to be Ultra Ling. And, you know, there's the Ultralisk cannon coming up. If you're going to go +3 melee, you are going Ultra Ling. There's just no other way to do it. Admittedly, right now he's gone Ling Queen, which is not what I'd call a standard composition, but looks like it was what was required. And Grubby's transitioning out of that now, realizing, oh, 3 Void Rays against 11 Queens is probably terrible. Let's try something else.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty tough to kind of deal with this. I mean, the ideal kind of composition of units you want to be having is Immortals into the mix, and also very gateway-heavy Blink Stalkers as well. But right now, Grubby doesn't have that because he's only just now thrown the robotics facility up at 15 minutes. He's clearly not going to be able to go directly into an Immortal. He kind of needs an Observer out to stop the creep for one and to find out where exactly the units are placed and so on. And this heavy Queen mix is actually 9 Queens in the center of the map. That's a lot.
Yeah, 9 Queens is really hard to kill. And you might think, oh, it's just Queens. Well, transfuse. It's as simple as that. Transfuse. It's like playing whack-a-mole. You can keep them alive for a very, very long time, and that allows you to buffer a lot of damage. And also, you could do that, which is. That's a thought. Yeah, Ultra and Ling with Banelings in the mix. Banelings with +3 are pretty unpleasant.
Yeah, Grubby's on the back foot for sure right now, but at the same time, he is getting a few Archons out, has more High Templar, saving up energy, but doesn't quite have Storm yet, I don't think. He hasn't. Oh, actually, he does have Storm.
Yeah,
so,
he's just got it.
That's going to be useful, especially for the feedback against the investors.
Feedback against the investors.
I know, we've got to stop the guys giving us money.
Stop with the political commentary, damn it. Yeah, we're going to feedback some investors. I'm going to go down to Wall Street. That's what we're going to do in that protest.
So Storms are going to be very important here, but the upgrades are just incredible for DeViL right now. He's been able to have so much free time and just doing whatever he wants.
This is going to be a +3 melee attack timing, and it's really unpleasant. Those Banelings, I can't remember the last time I saw Banelings on +3, actually. So yeah. I'm really looking forward to seeing this go off. This is going to be fun times.
It's not for Grubby, indeed.
No, it is not.
Grubby's in a lot of trouble. He's trying to get a fleet beacon from Mothership, but at the same time, his army is treading thin ice right now, walking across all this creep.
Hey, we've got some Ultralisks for you. What a wonderful present. And thank you to Grubby for allowing DeViL to build such an army composition. Queens are going to make Ultras really hard to kill, honestly. Jesus, that is going to be insane. This is fun times. I like DeViL already. I think this guy's obviously awesome, so I want to see him go far. Let's see what he can do against Grubby here.
And, he doesn't really want to engage in a kind of filtered area
Definitely
around this
not.
third base, but as soon as Grubby moves out, DeVil's just going to jump on him. and it may be difficult. The Immortals are slowly starting to come out now to kind of combat this composition, but just one at a time. It's not good enough right now. Grubby's upgrades are at 2-1 with that 2 being into armor. So compared to the upgrades of the Ultralisk now are about to be 5-3.
Yeah.
So.
And so is everything else as well. The Lings are going to be 3-3. The Banelings will be 3-3. They'll be a bit more difficult to pick off. And he's got good creep spread all the way up to the natural. And I think Grubby's about to be in for a shock. And he sees what's there. And he's like, what kind of composition is this? I've never faced this before.
Yeah, the Mothership is about to come out, though. So that may be a saving grace if you can get a good Vortex off.
Yeah,
especially
definitely.
with Archons in the mix too, you can do serious damage as they come out.
Yep.
But it's you know, a lot of bank a game on a Vortex. The thing is, what we're seeing from DeViL here is he's hit 200 supply, but he's not really engaging.
Yeah.
So he's just sitting there.
He's banking up a lot of
Grubby
minimals.
is almost at 200. Well, Grubby's actually ahead in supply. So Grubby's got a decent sized army. But as soon as Grubby's army dies, the reinforcements coming out from DeViL is going to be crazy good.
Oh, surprise time. There we go. Ultralisks are a great counter to probe line, so I'm told. And there we go. DeViL looking to remax that force as soon as he can. And actually, he's just going to upgrade everything else he can as well. So if he wants to get transition, of course, that'll help the Queens out as well. The +1 missile attack will be beneficial. As Queen's going to be really hard to kill with +3 armor. Holy hell. That puts them on 4, and they're already pretty tough to begin with. And Grubby is really bottled on 3 bases here, and is going to have to max this force out and hope that the use of the Mothership is going to do the job for him.
That's what he's banking on, if he can get a good Vortex off. But the thing is, the Mothership doesn't like spawn with the energy to Vortex, so it's actually going to take 50 energy or so for that to actually get there. So it's going to be even more
Why are there
time.
16 queens, one has to ask? That's... 16 queens is a really silly number. Unless you're cats on ladder, that isn't reasonable. So I mean, it's good. It works. You know, Queen and Ultralisk, yes. Lots of transfuse, infestors as well, banelings, all sorts of nonsense. It's an odd composition. He's even thrown in the standard number of 6 overseers just to make sure that the Mothership is really not going to do anything.
Well, the Queens are going to be pretty good against the Mothership.
Yeah, pretty much.
There's 16 of them, all doing about 5 damage each. 5 damage each, 16. It's a lot of damage output going to be hitting onto that Mothership, so...
Yeah, in fact, they actually do 10 damage because they use the Acid Spine attack as opposed to the Talons, which is a double attack there, and they have the range of 7, which is wonderful. So they are
in trouble then.
Well,
they're in trouble. Well, that Mothership's in trouble for sure, so...
I give the Mothership 7 seconds. What do you reckon?
Probably about that. Depends on the force fields. Though looking at the force fields, there's actually no sentries, so yeah, probably
I have to wonder if he's going to wait for Neural Parasite and try and steal that Mothership. Grand Theft Mothership, that would be pretty wonderful. But I don't think he's going to get the time for that one. Some damage coming in, and suddenly he's about to meet absolute doom in the form of everything the Zerg can possibly throw at him. Good storms going in right there. Very nice storms. Holy hell, storms coming down right now on top of DeViL, and all the Banelings annihilated very quickly. The Mothership is in play. The Queens are getting smashed. The Mothership is living right now. There's the Vortex to suck the rest of the Queens in right there, and Grubby with the great Mothership control, and I really still don't know where this game is going, but unfortunately Ultralisks with 5-3 are really difficult to kill.
They actually don't die, so the Queens come out the Vortex, they're going to finally kill off the Mothership, and then Grubby's left to fight against all these Ultras.
Enjoy that.
One Immortal, Hero, no.
The Ultralisk just trying to give it a hug.
The Mothership.
The Mothership is...
The Queens are getting killed by Zealots, so the Mothership actually survived.
Sniped off by an infested Terran.
156 supply. A lot of units in the center of the map. The resources are just so crazy for DeViL.
Yeah, if he wants to build right now, he can just build. He has the lava to... Oh, look, there you go. There's the building happening. Ling's on the way. You might as well consider you've got all of those upgrades. More Queens coming out, and it turns out Queen Ultra is a really nasty combo.
He actually doesn't have any lava because he used all the Queens in the fight. Even there was lava ejecting.
Oh, okay, so never mind then.
He's got no lava whatsoever, so he's not actually maxing out.
I thought he'd leave at least a couple of Queens back, but apparently not.
He just wants to finish it now, and there's a few units, but Grubby's army is just... No.
It's in tatters. I don't think he was really expecting that. And the Archons will be able to do significant damage. They tank damage from Ultras extremely well, as you can see. These Ultras are just working their way through the Zealot count, and Ultralisk is currently a Slayer. It's on 9. It's on almost 10 right there, and down go the rest of them. And I mean, that was an expensive investment right there, and Grubby is holding on to this quite nicely. Economic damage, he hasn't taken a huge amount of it. He's about to, considering this Ling run by right into the mineral line.
And Queens are just now popping out once again, so he can actually get on top of his production.
Yeah.
And Grubby must be like, where are your units, man? What are you doing?
I threw them all at you. You're going to have to give me some time to build them back. And then, of course, we're going to transition to Broodlords because it's funny to do so. So yeah. DeViL's just going to throw that Ultra Broodlord Ling and Infester and Queen.
I know, there's like 4 Archons. And that's it, to kill these Broodlords.
Yeah, that doesn't work. I can tell you that for a fact. That is not a good combo. And Immortals definitely not a good combo to deal with Broodlords. That is not going to happen.
And Zealot attack to the bottom left base here by Grubby. 3 Zealots are trying to go the distance. They're all running 3-minute miles each right now with this Zealot leg charge.
Oh yeah, so why not? And unfortunately, there's another mothership out. I'm really not sure where he pulls these from, but the Grubby is getting some cloak, and there are actually no overseers around to help him out with that. So actually, yeah, these Archons will work against Broodlords if they are invisible, which is what he's working on right there. Unfortunately, the fungal growth does reveal him. The Archons do survive, and this is turning out to be an extremely weird game overall.
This is pretty weird. There's a couple of fungal growths in the center of the map, which actually he's losing all his Broodlords, so
that's kind of rubbish, isn't it?
Taking it a little bit too relaxed right now, DeViL.
Yeah, I mean, he was doing extremely well, but then, of course, his production fell off badly because of the lack of queens, and now, unfortunately, he doesn't really have a good answer to this mothership. He's got 9 Corruptors on the way. That should deal with it, but he's lost all the Broodlords in the process, which really wasn't what he was looking to do, and the Immortals now pushing down the center, smashing their way through there as much as possible, and I don't know if Grubby can even secure another base, so there's more units just charging in. A Storm cleans up most of those zones. Oh, nice Vortex on the Corruptors, and a Storm to try and finish us off. The Archons will kill them, actually, so that mothership lives again. Grubby's showing some exceptional control here.
He's just staying in the game, and it's incredible persistence, but he just doesn't have that good of an economy right now. I mean, every base is basically mined out, so Grubby's army is being resilient, but at the same time, he just can't keep up with the consistent production of DeViL. 4 Ultras on the way, more Corruptors on the way. It's getting harder and harder as the game goes on.
Yeah, Broodlord sniped off again. That's the real problem, I suppose, with DeViL, is he keeps getting caught out of position like that. And I'm glad that Grubby's continuing to get aggressive. Bringing down a base would be a good idea right now if he can pull it off. And looks like he should be able to do significant damage to this, if not kill it off entirely.
Grubby's actually bringing probes to assist with the army, because he knows he doesn't have anything right now, and there's a lot of Blake Stalkers, so technically these Broodlord may be in trouble if there's nothing actually around, but oh wait, there's 4 Ultras right next to them.
Yeah, the thing is that I think that, that Ultra shouldn't be a problem. He's got 3 Blink Stalkers, he's got Immortals, he had Immortals, he doesn't have any Immortals anymore, now he's in trouble. The Ling's got a great surround there, and that entire army just got absolutely clobbered.
Yeah, not looking too good for Grubster.
Not exactly, no.
Has no probes left, trying to mine from the center of the map, but these units are going to get surrounded by the Lings, and even if he storms, some units are going to get pre-stormed, and this is a mess.
High Templar just died to storm. That's not supposed to happen, and that Archon isn't going to go up either, and Grubby trying to reinforce as much as he can here, but oh look, it literally is meals on wheels here for the Ultras.
And it is, though they are floating. It's like
it's a metaphorical wheel.
I know. I was actually checking if the probes actually had wheels. Then I'm like, wait a minute.
It's the discount. It's the discount version of Starcraft 2, made in Taiwan. The probes actually have wheels that don't have the coding technology to make them float.
I'm tired, man.
You think?
My voice is dead. I'm tired. I'm sorry, guys. It's actually a long day.
Yeah, it's like you unironically were checking if they had wheels. That shows that there's something going wrong there.
I know, it's like, I start going crazy.
My God, do they have wheels? Where's the wheels?
I'm like, give this queen a skateboard, please, look.
Yeah, it's like the old Star Wars where they put Vaseline on the lens to make the speeder float. That's exactly what's happening right here.
And New Hatchery taking to the center of the map to kind of get back onto this gas income, but DeViL is so slow with killing Grubby. Grubby, though, just so resilient to actually dying in this game, will not give up. And that's great because, I mean, if your opponent makes mistakes, you can easily pull back. And 5 Zealots being walked into the left-hand side of the map may actually kill this. Oh, actually, he's got heads up on that army, and do pick off these 5 Zealots down in the bottom left.
Nice little grab there by DeViL. He's on top of things at the moment. His drone count isn't exactly that high, but then again, his opponent's probe count's even worse. So perhaps he does need to do something about the drone count. Trying to get his army large enough, I think, to deal with Grubby. And the problem, I suppose, that Grubby has here is that he's got no way to take a 4th base, and as a direct result, he's just getting slowly strangled. GG, there we go. That was not a conventional game.
That was weird.
It was.
That was a little bit weird. It was a little bit weird. But DeViL, I mean, pointing out all the stops right now, I'm just going to bring up the group real fast because I'm pretty sure Grubby's 1-1, and if DeViL wins, DeViL would actually go through instead of Grubby. I'm quite sure.
That would be a bit of an upset, surely, but I would actually like to see that crazy style, 18 queens and ultras and nonsense.
Oh, no, actually, DeViL's 0-2, so it's Death
really?
Angel with 1-1, and this game actually rides on the fact that Sen, it's probably going to beat DeViL. Oh, actually, hold that thought. Wait a minute. Who does DeViL have left to play? Okay, DeViL has just got Grubby's game left.
Okay.
Death Angel has to play against Sen. So there's a lot riding on this for Grubby. He actually has to win this. If he doesn't lose this, then he's going to have to bank on Sen 2-0ing Death Angel. And then it'll probably come down to both scores being the same. But Grubby did beat Death Angel 2-0. So it's looking not that bad for Grubby. But still, you know, you can't get complacent for sure.
No, definitely not, especially since you've just gone up against an opponent who's... I don't even know what that was. I don't. It was cool. I know that much, but that is not the kind of build we're used to seeing. It was fun, though. I liked it. Yeah, it's
pretty good.
An interesting... I mean, one might say even an interesting overreaction to the idea that, oh, he's going to build Void Rays. I'll build 18 queens. Oh, I've got 18 queens now. I might as well use them somehow. How does that work? Oh, let's do Ultra Queen and Baneling in the background. And yeah, that was intriguing. I like that. That was a fun game. That was a good way to get going. It's always nice to see something a little bit light-hearted, although I'm sure it's not for either of these players at the moment. It's very stressful stuff.
It looks like Grubby's in-game, so expecting an invite very, very shortly here as he's chosen his map. So we'll have to find out which way it does go.